You think you are invisible, yet the world observes you. You believe you are ordinary, yet your energy precedes every one of your steps. It's not your imagination. It is a secret the universe whispers to you through the gaze of others. You live in a constant paradox. You feel the intense reactions you provoke, nervousness, lingering gazes, sudden confidences, and yet inside you feel simple, sometimes even inadequate. This dissonance, this feeling of being an enigma to yourself, while others seem to read you like an open book, creates a deep solitude. You wonder if you are crazy, if you are overinterpreting things. Let me reassure you, this experience is real, and it is one of the most significant on your life path. It is proof that you are not like everyone else. The great psychoanalyst Carl Jung spent his life exploring these mysteries of the human soul. He would teach us that these events are not the result of chance. They are synchronicities, signs sent by the collective unconscious, by the universe itself, to force you to become aware of your own light. For if the universe wants you to be with someone, it will not simply send you that person. First, it will send you the mirrors, the proof, the signs to reveal yourself to yourself, to make you understand the power you hold. It is preparing you to be seen, so that the person destined to find you can recognize your brilliance. Your body language is a language you speak without even opening your mouth. But the most fascinating thing is how the bodies of others respond to you. One of the purest signs of your attraction is not found in the words people say to you, but in the troubled silence of those who face you. Observe carefully. A man, even one who parades with the most dazzling armor of confidence, can suddenly see it crack in your presence. His hands, once so calm, seek composure. His words, usually so fluid, cling to his lips. He may even avoid your gaze, not out of disinterest, but because the intensity of what he sees there is too overwhelming. Jungian psychology teaches us that in that moment, you become the mirror of his anima, the representation of the sacred feminine energy he carries within him. Your presence doesn't just enter the room, it enters him, and this inner encounter overwhelms him. You are a deep ocean that suddenly appears beneath the steps of someone who thought they were walking on stable ground. His awkwardness is not a judgment on him, but a testament to your depth. Then there are the gazes, not just anyone's. Forget the distracted and instinctive scan one gives a passerby. Tell me about that second look. The first is for the body. The second is for the soul. If you regularly catch men looking at you a second time, letting their gaze return to you as if drawn by an invisible magnet, understand the power of this gesture. This return is not a simple aesthetic appreciation. It is a question their unconscious is asking you. Something in you has echoed an inner melody, a numinosity, as Jung would say. It is a quality that touches upon the sacred, that fascinates and captivates the spirit beyond simple beauty. You are a work of art in a crowded gallery. One can admire 1,000 paintings, but there is one before which the soul stops, seeking to understand the secret hidden in the brushstrokes. This second look is proof that your energy has left an indelible imprint, an enigma they feel the need to solve. The most unsettling and perhaps most powerful sign is this attraction that defies the boundaries of commitment. When a man who is clearly in a relationship cannot help but look at you, it is very rarely about an intention of infidelity. It is an involuntary reaction to a fundamental force. Your feminine energy is so authentic, so radiant, that it activates within him the recognition of the archetype of the divine feminine. It is a force of nature, a creative power that transcends social contracts. You are like the moon in the night sky, A man can be sitting comfortably by his own fire, enjoying its warmth and light, but it is impossible for him not to look up and be captivated by the moon's glow. The moon does not seek to draw him away from his fire. It simply shines, its light touching everything, recalling a vaster, older, and universal beauty. Your presence is this reminder. This body language is merely the first wave breaking upon the shore of consciousness. But your energy is a rising tide, and its influence extends far beyond the silence of a troubled man, shaping your entire social environment. The greatest secret of your attraction lies in the fact that you are the last to know about it. You receive compliments on days when you feel most invisible, on days when you've made no effort, when you've simply come as you are, tired and without armor. These sincere praises, which seem so out of place to you, are the purest proof of your radiance. Others don't see your doubt. They see your essence. In Jungian psychology, one would say they perceive the light of your authentic self, a glow that has nothing to do with makeup or clothes. You see yourself as a simple wax candle, rough and imperfect. They see the flame dancing atop you, a warm and captivating flame. They don't compliment the wax. They are fascinated by the light. Moreover, your power is increased tenfold by the fact that you do not seek to use it. In a world where so many people meticulously construct a persona, a social mask intended to seduce and impress, your authenticity is a raw and wild force. You are an ancient forest, not a French garden. The garden is admirable for its symmetry and control, but the forest possesses a majesty that comes from its total lack of effort. It is powerful because it is true. This absence of arrogance, this unconscious refusal to play a game, creates a field of trust around you. People do not feel manipulated. They feel in the presence of something real. And in our world of artifice, the real is the most attractive thing there is. This powerful discrepancy often engenders a strange feeling, that of being an imposter. When others describe you with words like radiant, magnetic, or strong, a small voice within you whispers that it's a mistake, that they've got the wrong person. You live with the constant fear of being unmasked. This is the very symptom of your power. Your ego, the conscious part of who you believe yourself to be, is incapable of containing the immensity of what your soul projects. It is the inner struggle of a king who was raised as a simple villager. Others recognize his innate nobility and bow, but he sees only the dust on his clothes and believes there's a mistake. This feeling is not a sign that you are a fraud. It is a sign that you are on the threshold of recognizing your own kingdom. This light that you do not recognize within yourself doesn't only attract admiration, it also casts a shadow, causing reactions which, though sometimes painful, are other irrefutable proofs of your impact in the world, whether real or virtual. Your inner light doesn't just attract, it can also dazzle and, in doing so, stir up shadows. If you sometimes find yourself the target of unjustified criticism or subtle hostility from other women, understand that this is rarely about you. This is the phenomenon of shadow projection, a key concept in Jungian psychology. Your ease in simply being can become an unbearable mirror for those who struggle with their own insecurities. By criticizing you, they are not addressing you. They are speaking to the part of themselves they do not dare to let flourish. You are a tree that grows tall and strong. Some will joyfully come seeking your shade. Others, whose own seed is still buried in the soil of their fears, will be irritated by the light you so naturally capture. Their judgment is merely the sound of their own stunted growth. That same authenticity that stirs the shadows is also a magnet in the digital world. You do not need to stage yourself in provocative poses or create an idealized version of your life to capture attention. Your power is that you dare to simply be yourself. Social media is a grand masked ball where most people move forward, hidden behind a glittering persona. You, you arrive without a mask. Your presence is a gentle disruption in this theater of perfection. People, hungry for the real, are irresistibly drawn to your truth. They don't come for the show, but for the breath of fresh air that your authenticity represents. Every like, every comment is not an approval of your image, but a recognition of your soul. And this attention is not merely quantitative, it is qualitative. Observe the nature of the interactions you elicit. People are not content with superficial compliments. They feel moved to confide, to share with you a part of their vulnerability. They project onto you the archetype of the guide, the confidant. Your energy, devoid of artifice, signals a depth and security that invites confession. It is because you have not built the walls of a perfect fortress, but left the windows of your inner house open and lit. Others instinctively perceive in you a space where their own shadow part is welcome, simply because you do not seem terrified by yours. But beyond the jealousy of some and the admiration of others, beyond even the words exchanged, lies the ultimate testimony of your power. The intense, purely energetic, and emotional impact you leave on those who come very close. The deepest effect you have is not visible, it is felt. You can plunge a man into great emotional confusion. He will be intensely present, warm, completely captivated one day, then distant, cold, and elusive the next. Do not mistake this withdrawal for a rejection of you personally. Understand it as a retreat from himself. Your energy has activated his feminine counterpart, his anima within him with such force that it overwhelms him. It is an encounter with his own inner world, and this experience is so dizzying that it can frighten him. You are like the sun. He is drawn to your light and warmth, but the closer he gets, the more he fears being consumed, of seeing the image he had of himself melt away. His distancing is merely a survival reflex to manage an intensity that he desires as much as he dreads. One of the most sacred signs of this connection is found in silence. There are awkward silences and comfortable silences. And then there is that silence you share with a person, a silence that is neither one nor the other. It is a vibrant, magnetic silence, charged with a palpable electricity. It is a sign that the connection has surpassed the need for words. Jungian psychology names this sacred union of souls conjunctio. Communication no longer needs the language of the ego. It happens directly from unconscious to unconscious. Most conversations are like bridges built brick by brick with words. This silence is the discovery that a bridge of light already exists between you two. There is nothing to build, just the courage to feel this solid connection beneath your feet, woven not from words, but from pure presence. Finally, your impact is lasting. You are not an encounter that is forgotten. Years later, people remember not just your face or your words, but how they felt in your presence. You become a landmark in their personal history, a catalyst that, at the time, may have pushed them to change or question themselves. By meeting you, it wasn't just a person they met, but a living archetype. This numinous encounter, powerful and full of meaning, has imprinted a mark on their soul. You are like a guiding star for a navigator. He may only glimpse you briefly, but your mere presence in his sky allows him to redefine his course. Long after, he will remember this star that showed him the way. These signs, from the awkwardness of a glance to the intensity of a silence, are not mere coincidences. They are the language of the universe speaking to you about your own worth. In conclusion, all these signs, the awkwardness you cause, the lingering gazes, the jealousy you might provoke, or the intense silences you share, are not burdens. They are proof. They are the external manifestations of an inner strength that you are only just beginning to suspect. Your true attractiveness has never resided in the perfection of your features or in an attempt to please. It emanates from your authenticity, from that honest vulnerability, from that quiet confidence that is unaware of its own power. These are not problems to be fixed. They are the confirmations that your soul shines through the vessel of your body, and its light is far more powerful than you have ever imagined. If this message has resonated with you, if you have recognized fragments of your own story in these words, then this journey is only just beginning. Subscribe to continue exploring these deep territories of the soul together, and to be part of a community of seekers who understand that our greatest wounds hide our greatest gifts. Stop apologizing for the light you emit. Stop dimming it so as not to blind those who are not yet ready to see. You are not a puzzle to be solved, but a truth to be embodied. Your role is not to extinguish yourself, to reassure those who choose to remain in the shadows. Your role is to shine so intensely that those who are meant to find you can see the path in the darkness. Your very existence is a lighthouse. Honor it.